What if I told you your kidneys are dying quietly, without pain, without alarms, and without any warning signs? Most people walk around feeling fine while their kidneys slowly lose the ability to clean the blood. That silent slide usually reveals itself through one small number called GFR. It isn't scary by itself, but it tells a powerful story about how hard your kidneys are working. And in this video, we're breaking down GFR in plain language, what healthy levels look like, what dangerous drops really mean, and how to spot trouble today. So, without wasting time, let's start with what GFR actually is. Well, GFR means glomerular filtration rate, but outside of medical charts, it's simply a way to measure how well your kidneys are cleaning your blood. Every minute, your kidneys filter out waste, extra water, leftover acids, excess minerals, and toxins produced by normal life. They decide what stays in your body and what gets sent out. You never notice this work, but it's happening constantly. Doctors rely on GFR because kidney damage usually grows quietly. Pain often arrives late, but GFR shifts early. This number shows changes long before most symptoms show up. It doesn't only point to disease, it reflects kidney strength. It shows how hard your kidneys are working and how efficiently they are handling the load placed on them each day. Think of your kidneys like a professional cleaning crew in a massive building. When the crew is strong and fast, everything runs smoothly. When they slow down, trash begins to collect in hidden places. GFR measures that speed and strength, giving a clear picture of how well your internal cleaning system is holding up. What normal GFR looks like. When people hear about GFR, the first question is usually whether their number is good or bad. In many healthy adults, a normal GFR is often around 90 or higher, meaning the kidneys are filtering blood efficiently and keeping waste under control. But this number isn't fixed for life. As the years pass, GFR naturally declines. That shift alone doesn't mean something is wrong. A lower number doesn't always signal danger because short-term factors can push it down. Dehydration, illness, heavy exercise, or certain medications can cause temporary drops that correct themselves once the body stabilizes. Real kidney damage behaves differently. Instead of bouncing back, the number slowly trends downward over time. That steady pattern is what doctors pay close attention to. This is also why a single test never tells the full story. GFR works like a long exposure photo rather than a snapshot. Trends reveal the truth. Watching how the number moves over months helps separate a brief strain from an actual loss of kidney function. The GFR stages, explained like a human doctor's. Divide GFR into stages to describe how much filtering power the kidneys still have, and these stages help make sense of what the body may be experiencing. Stages 1 and 2 are early territory, usually with GFR still above 60. Kidneys are functioning fairly well, and most people feel completely normal. There may be subtle damage, but daily life often feels unchanged, which is why these stages usually go unnoticed. Stage 3 is where many people first sense something isn't right. GFR drops into the 30 to 59 range, and waste begins lingering longer in the bloodstream. Fatigue becomes more noticeable. Swelling may appear in the feet, hands, or face. Concentration can slip, and stamina fades. This is often the point where routine blood work uncovers kidney problems. Stage 4 signals a serious loss of function, with GFR falling into the 15 to 29 range. The kidneys struggle to balance fluids and minerals. Appetite may change. Nausea, weakness, sleep problems, and shortness of breath can creep into daily life. Medical care becomes more active here, focusing on slowing damage and preparing for what may come next. Stage 5 is kidney failure territory. GFR drops below 15, and the kidneys can no longer meet the body's basic filtering needs. Dialysis or transplant conversations often begin at this stage. Most people discover kidney disease late because early stages rarely cause pain. The body adapts quietly, damage builds silently. By the time daily life feels different, the decline has often been underway for years. So now let's talk about what makes GFR drop. Most people don't lose kidney function overnight. GFR usually slips because the kidneys are under steady pressure for years. Diabetes is one of the biggest drivers. High blood sugar slowly damages the tiny filtering units inside the kidneys, making it harder for them to clean the blood. High blood pressure works similarly, straining delicate vessels until they scar and narrow. Long-term dehydration also plays a role. When the body doesn't get enough fluid, the kidneys are forced to work harder to concentrate waste, and over time, that stress can reduce their filtering power. Painkillers are another quiet contributor. Frequent use of certain over-the-counter medications can restrict blood flow inside the kidneys and slowly injure their tissues. Infections and chronic inflammation can leave behind scarring that interferes with normal filtration. Obesity and metabolic problems add yet another layer, increasing blood pressure, disrupting hormones, and placing constant strain on kidney structures. What makes all of this dangerous is that kidneys rarely scream when they're hurt. There is no early alarm system. Damage grows silently while the body adapts. By the time symptoms appear, GFR has often been declining for a long time. Symptoms people miss or ignore. When kidney function starts slipping, the signs are rarely dramatic. Fatigue is often the first thing people notice, but it's easy to blame on poor sleep, work, or stress. Swelling in the feet, ankles, fingers, or around the eyes can creep in so slowly that it feels normal. Brain fog shows up as trouble focusing, forgetfulness, or a sense that thoughts feel heavier than they used to. Changes in urine are another clue. You might notice more foam, a darker color, stronger smells, or going far more or far less often. Shortness of breath can appear as fluid shifts, and waste buildup affects circulation and oxygen balance. Skin may become dry, itchy, or unusually pale as toxins linger in the blood. Most of these signals get brushed aside or blamed on aging, busy schedules, anxiety, or just not feeling like myself. That's what makes kidney decline so easy to miss. The symptoms whisper, they blend into daily life, and because they arrive gradually, they rarely trigger urgency until damage has already deepened. How doctors actually measure GFR. When doctors talk about GFR, they usually aren't measuring it directly. Instead, they start with a simple blood test that checks creatinine. Creatinine is a waste product made by your muscles. Healthy kidneys remove it from the blood. When the kidneys slow down, creatinine rises. Labs use that number along with age, sex, and body factors to calculate an estimated GFR, often written as eGFR. This estimate gives a practical picture of how well the kidneys are filtering. Urine tests are often added to look for protein, blood, or other markers that reveal stress or damage inside the kidneys. Labs estimate GFR because directly measuring filtration would require long, complex procedures that aren't practical for routine care. The estimate is accurate enough to guide decisions and track kidney health over time. That's also why trends matter far more than a single result. One number can reflect a temporary strain. A pattern shows whether kidney function is stable, improving, or quietly slipping. Can GFR improve or be protected? This is where real control enters the picture. In certain situations, GFR can rise. When dehydration is corrected, infections are treated, or blood pressure and blood sugar are brought back under control, kidney performance can improve. Early-stage declines are sometimes reversible. But when scarring becomes advanced, some damage is permanent. The goal then shifts from recovery to protection and slowing further loss. Hydration supports healthy filtration. Blood sugar control protects delicate kidney filters from ongoing injury. Blood pressure control reduces the strain that slowly destroys kidney vessels. Medication awareness matters because some drugs, when overused or poorly managed, quietly damage kidney tissue. Daily balance also plays a role. Excess salt, extreme protein intake, and sedentary habits can all increase kidney workload. Supporting kidney health often means steady hydration, balanced eating, regular movement, and medical guidance tailored to your risks. Early action changes everything. When problems are addressed before major loss sets in, kidneys often hold their ground longer. Time is the greatest ally the kidneys ever get, when GFR becomes a real danger signal. At a certain point, GFR stops being background information and starts carrying real weight. Doctors don't ignore numbers once they fall below 60, because that's where long-term kidney strain is often confirmed. When GFR slips under 30, concern turns serious, and care usually becomes more active. A number under 15 places someone in the kidney failure range. Still, the pace of change often matters as much as the number itself. A slow decline over many years gives room to protect what remains. A fast drop over months can signal active injury, uncontrolled disease, or medication effects that demand immediate attention. This is also when symptoms often speed up. Energy fades faster. Swelling becomes harder to manage. Appetite weakens. Breathing can feel heavier. Dialysis conversations usually begin near the lowest range, not as a threat, but as preparation. Timing saves kidneys. The earlier decline is recognized, the more options remain to slow it, stabilize it, and avoid emergency decisions. What this number should mean to you. GFR shouldn't feel like a judgment. It's more like a status update. It shows how your kidneys are coping right now and whether they're holding steady, struggling, or quietly losing ground. Most kidney failure doesn't appear out of nowhere. It develops through long stretches of pressure, which also means much of it can be prevented or delayed when caught early. That's why testing matters, not once, repeatedly. This video gave you a way to understand what that small number is actually saying, why doctors watch it, and how it connects to everyday life inside your body. Knowledge shifts behavior, and behavior protects organs. If GFR was just another line on a lab report before, it doesn't have to be anymore. Let it become something you follow, question, and act on. And from here, the next step is learning how daily choices quietly shape kidney strength over the long run. Before you scroll away, remember this. Kidneys rarely beg for attention, but they always reward it. If this breakdown helped clear the fog, hit us so more people see it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for honest health talks that actually make sense. And share this with someone who needs it.